Have you ever been told that you are of advanced maternal age or that you have a geriatric pregnancy? You have. I was there, happy to share my experience and how I help my practice members navigate this journey. So, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm Dr. Anjali. I'm the founder of Back in Balance, and I'm a non cracking, non popping chiropractor and an integrative functional nutritionist specialist. So, I love helping families and workplaces optimize their health or their employees' health by helping people move well, eat well, and live well. And I'm particularly passionate about helping families navigate this 5 trimesters of pregnancy from preconception to postpartum care. So let's dive in to this incredible time, but this also sometimes scary or a lonely time of being over 35 years old and navigating this pregnancy journey. I had both of my children after the age of 35, and a lot of things which I had not quite understood as a practitioner for my practice members who were going through this journey until I got into that space of being the patient, right? And from the get-go, I was told that, oh, you are over 35, so there are certain risk factors that are at place for you. We're going to have to do some extra testing, or as we progress in the pregnancy, there is going to be all these things that you're going to have to do simply because of my age. And, I fully recognize that age is a factor in all things, right? Because it can be an indicator of how many years our body has been trying to adapt and compensate to different types of stress. Well, largely that's how I perceive age, right? Is how long have we been continuing some of these habits that have forced our bodies to respond accordingly. And if we haven't quite given it the support that it needs to be able to manage these stressors, then that can play a role in terms of how quickly things might start to shift back into a more balanced state of being. So I think age is definitely a factor. However, I don't think it is the one and only factor to consider when it comes to the health or the optimal function of your whole prenatal journey and experience with that, right? And I think for me, when I, even in my first pregnancy, pretty much all my friends had already had their kids. And so it was already a fairly lonely journey from a social standpoint because I was going through this journey after my friends had their baby showers and their babies and all of the things their kids were starting to go into preschool or elementary school when mine was just being born. So already that was kind of a challenge. And then you go to your doctor's visits and then you're told that, there's all these risk factors at place. And so it can feel really daunting to go through this journey. So even when you're super excited and this is the right step for you and your family and all things are looking good, it can take a lot of energy to continuously pull yourself into a place of like, okay, things are fine. I can get through this. Like I have a good support system. So all of the things that can take a lot of energy and approaching your mindset from a different perspective, trying to navigate, okay, I'm getting told these things by my practitioner. How concerned do I actually need to be, or what are the things that I need to pay attention to outside of simply because this is just my age? So that's where we really like to help empower families navigate this journey because we really like to present our families who are going through this journey to ask questions appropriately from their practitioner, right? So if you know better, you can ask better questions rather than just kind of taking in the information. You can have more of a dialogue with your practitioners. And so our goal is really to help set up families to optimize their health prior to conception, ideally at least 6 months prior to conception, so that we can really set a strong foundation where, yes, you might be of advanced age, but that doesn't have to be the primary indicator then for how resilient your body is or how strong your body is. And really giving you that support system so that we can try to make this journey as smooth as possible. Not to say that it should be asymptomatic entirely, but really helping you to navigate all of the different changes and all of the different, well, stressors really, right? Because it's even when you're excited, there can be a lot of mental stress, all the thoughts that you think about in preparation for the baby's arrival or after the baby arrives, all the things that you need to do, taking care of your own mental health and taking care of your family and all the changes that happen in terms of roles and responsibilities. And all of that can be a lot to think about. And then there's obviously physical changes that are taking place. So navigating the structural changes and how that impacts not only your body from that whole prenatal journey, but postpartum, how does your body recover and not necessarily bounce back to what it was pre-pregnancy, but how do you build this new state of resilience and bandwidth and structural support in your body? And then nutritionally, chemically, right? It's not that you're eating for 2 or 3 if you're having twins or multiples, but really, how do we optimize your digestion so that we can reduce the risk of postpartum depression in that phase of your life? But also, how do we help support your body to receive the nutrients? So you might be taking the prenatal, you might be eating all the right things, but are you digesting those appropriately so that you can actually break down and assimilate those nutrients optimally? And then also, what is the air that you breathe? What are the things that you put on your skin? What does that load look like? Or after the baby arrives, like, what are the things that you're doing for the baby? So these are all the things that we help put together, and it's a step-by-step journey so that we help eliminate or significantly reduce the the effort needed in terms of what do I even do next? Where do I begin? What are all the things that I need to ultimately look at in terms of optimizing my lifestyle and my family's lifestyle so that we can really set up a strong foundation, not only for me and the baby, but for our whole family so that we can really enjoy our lives together. So, if this is interesting for you, I would love for you to take a look at the link below where we have a wait list right now for our prenatal course or the 5 trimester course so that we can really get empowered to navigate preconception to postpartum in a very supported way. So, regardless of your age, you can feel like, okay, I got this. Join us next week and we'll see you then.